Yeah, so just been hanging out, chilling, playing some golf. Ocean Village is the golf course. It's a little 9-hole out here in Florida, out in Fort Pierce on Hutchinson Island. It's pretty cool. It's like a
What
little
side of
tiny 9-hole.
Florida?
It's the eastern side of Florida, but it's
You
nice.
say that like you're disgusted.
No, I said it like I don't know my directionals, and I was trying to figure
That's
out like
fair.
the L and the L in my head, like what's east, what's west. So that was
Sound
really
like
what I was
5-year-old.
contemplating. But we're keeping it all PGA themed this week. We have a PGA themed beer that is brewed in Fort Pierce by none other than, this is not a paid advertisement, but Sailfish Brewing Company. Wow, look at this.
What's the
Southern,
affiliation? Do you know?
it's the PGA beer, actually. South Florida Selection, the South Florida PGA Pale Ale.
That's
Pretty
pretty
legit.
dope, man.
And on the
Yeah.
side of it, it actually reads for us golfers here, best enjoyed on the 19th hole. It says play hot and keep cold. And then it says pairs well with birdies. So it's pretty friggin' legit. All right.
That
Let
would
me tell
probably
you.
taste like shit to me. Sorry, guys. I never get birdies, so it's not going to pair well with my game.
I will say, delicious beer. 5.7% alcohol. Pretty solid. Smooth. Nice little crisp finish there. A little crisp
Ooh.
finish. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Not gonna lie. But yeah, just been whacking the balls here in Florida, enjoying the time and the beautiful weather. It has been a little like cloudy the last couple days, but it's been nice and hot. So, your boy from New York, I'm
Probably
wearing
muggy then.
shorts. Yeah, but I'm wearing shorts and a tank top no matter what, night, day.
Dude, you wear shorts in like 38-degree weather.
Yeah, I got that from my father. Bruce was a big
Fucking
shorts and
hilarious.
shorts in February
Brucey.
guy.
Shout out to Brucey.
Yeah, yeah, not a golfer, but hell of a shorts guy in February. Yeah. How you doing, man? What's going on? What's new? How you been this week? What have you been up to?
Dude, just living life. Played
Hit any
around at
swings?
18 with a couple of the boys. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Got out
saw
to
that at
Hickory.
none other than
The hat right there, babe.
Hickory
Absolutely.
Woods,
There it is. It's the home course.
the coolest logo in golf. I mean, come on.
You'd say that.
I would.
You know,
I love that course.
it's a classic. It's a thin line logo. You gotta like it.
Guys, when he says Hickory Woods, like this place is the little hidden gem in Ohio. It's a little beauty just tucked away in the woods, like in the forest. You feel like a little, you know, and you go there and it's just little thin fairways and wooded everything, and it's intimidating, very intimidating because it's very woodsy, but it is awesome and really fun.
Eh, It's majestical. That is for sure. I'd say it's definitely one of the hidden gems around here.
Yeah,
I
cheap
mean,
around
its
too.
price, you can't really, yeah, you can't beat its price compared to like some of the others around the area. But
Yeah, yeah.
uh, yeah, it's not an easy course, but it's so fun. It's so fun. I mean, you get so many different shots out there, even when you hit it. It reminds me on a very, very small level, and I'm not comparing it to Augusta. It doesn't look like Augusta, but you get like similar feels, just from like an undulation standpoint. You know, you're not really on flat lies very often there,
Never.
and but
It's
it makes
nice.
it fun, and you can make some, Phil Mickelson back in the
There's some
heyday out.
floppies.
You can do some floppies, but I was gonna say, I mean, you hit out of like Pine Straw and back in the woods area, and
Mm,
you lose balls there, but you also find yourself in like really fun areas to play out of, and it just makes you feel, even if you're shitty at golf, it makes you feel like a golfer sometimes because you hit little shots that you kind of create in your head, and
for sure.
those are the shots that bring you back. You know what I mean? You shoot a
Absolutely.
100 plus round, and you have that one shot that you're like, "Fuck, that
All you
felt
need is
good."
the one shot. If you have the one shot, everything else is fine. You feel good for the day. Everything's good. Like one or two, like two shots, you have two good shots around, forget it. You're like the next greatest golfer. If you have like three, four shots in a round, you on isn't it funny when you're a bad golfer, when you have like three or four birdies in a round, you think you broke like 64? Like it just feels so good. You're like, damn, I'm on. I'm birdieing everything.
Dude, best round I ever played was at Hickory Woods, and like I said, it's not an easy course, but like it's one of those ones you play enough, like anywhere. that you just like you know where to hit balls, you know that you can find relief in certain places.
Yeah.
You know, and I had my best round ever there. I shot a 79. This was I don't know,
Woo!
maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago almost.
79. 10 higher
Dude,
than
and it was
69.
mostly the breakfast there. It was mostly the breakfast. I went up there with a buddy of mine. We called the night before, and you know, they were booked solid. And we were just like, dude, we're just two guys walking on. We'll play super early. We don't fucking care. And they said they had a league going on that two guys had already called and canceled. So they like let us on with this league. And we got there right before because this place doesn't have a range, unfortunately. That's the one thing holding it back. But it's also what makes it a gym. You know what I mean? And
Sure. Yeah.
people want ranges. But we got up there and he was like, hey, you know, if you guys were up here earlier, we had like all you can eat breakfast for the league. And we're like, oh shit, that stinks. Dude was like, yeah, I mean, if there's anything left, take what you want. So I ran in there and I just filled up this like, you know, cardboard box full of food. Had sausages, bacon, scrambled eggs, everything you could think of. And I was just grazing on this shit for the first like 4 holes. And dude, for my game, I was playing lights out, dude.
He was a bison for the first
Dude,
four.
it but to your point, I mean, it felt to me compared to my average game, it felt to me like I shot in the 60s and like there I am just squeaking by with a 79, you know what I mean? And I haven't even
That's
like gotten close to
right.
that
You feel
since.
like, yeah, you feel like you're about to be ready for the PGA and like, oh, who can stop me now? And then you look down at your scorecard and you're like, oh, fuck. I mean, like, yeah, I'm shooting really fucking good today, but I'm still like 20 strokes over the handicap.
You play all these other rounds and you're still like having those rounds that are like mid 90s
Golf
and
is so
and you're
much
like, what the fuck? I thought I figured this thing out, and you've never even sniffed that number again. You know what I
no,
mean?
no.
And then you realize that your game wasn't good that day. You were just lucky as fuck.
You were lucky. Well, no, you were just on. There was something in the weather. There was some like all the elements aligned. And I truly believe that is what golf is, though. And I will say this in a magical sort of way, a whimsical way, call it holistic thinking. But I think that golf does have this magic. And I think that it's been proven in like, amateurs winning masters and like, these sort of crazy things that have happened. Look at like Sam Bennett, for example, even though he's not as crazy as whatever all these cases, but it's still to say you can just be that guy that just goes out there and has a really, really good day of golf and you just light it up. And that was just your day. And you just had a couple days where you had 2 days or whatever. Like it's random like that. I think Zach said it one time on the podcast, our co-host Zach Grossman. He said it was like it doesn't matter if you're shooting whatever year round or if your average score or handicap is this or that, you could have one good day out there and it just sets the whole thing apart. Like you could just shoot lights out and all of a sudden you're like you're back exactly where you need to be or you feel exactly where you need to feel. Like golf is like that. It's so sporadic that I feel like as long as you know the game and you're very good at it and you know what you're doing, you could have that spark just kind of hit you whenever. That's why you always see these weird pros that are older, like these 39, 40-year-old, 50-year-old dude. Like, remember Sink when he won the friggin' when he won, what was it, last year? He won the, what's it called? And
Just
everybody was
shut up,
going
man.
ape shit. It was like, it's awesome.
Yeah, you just find a rhythm. But
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about that, won't we?
Talk about what?
That rhythm, baby.
Yeah. Rhythm. Speaking of rhythm, I mean, this rhythm. Welcome to Good Lies Golf, the second episode.
Oh shit.
Look at that.
Second ever?
Well, no, second of the new season, but we're not giving like episode numbers officially. So go look it up on the whatever if you guys want to find
Yeah.
the actual
Yeah,
number. But
it's not second episode.
of the season, you're right.
All right, man.
Yeah,
Take
we've
it
had a lot
easy,
of
bro.
episodes, guys. I think this is like, a good number, but it's on YouTube now. Look at us. Look at us. We're on YouTube. We have video. And yeah, we also have it on Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Amazon Audible. We're on everything, baby. We're here. We're here. And it's Good Lies Golfing.
Is there
Thanks for
anything
joining
else
us.
you want to say?
No. I'm done for the rest of the night.
Where else can we find you?
You can find me on buckies.com/Good Lies Golf. Yeah, that's my guy right there. He's chilling. Don't worry about him.
Dude, you're just a couple of advertisement. You're just strictly advertising shit right now.
I'm just
Look at
advertising. In
look
and
at
Out
you,
Burger has
please.
totally paid me. Bucky's has paid me. Hickory Woods has
Callaway.
paid me. Callaway has also paid me. This is all paid advertising, guys. Don't let it fool you.
Jesus Christ, man.
It's not. But I wish it was because In and Out would be a pretty cool sponsorship.
Hey, we're happy to do so.
We're happy. In and Out. The corporate office, please reach out to us. Speaking of amazing food, the Master's Dinner.
Shit.
Do we know what it was this year? I didn't actually pay attention.
Yeah, it was a little Texas based. I think there was a little barbecue in there.
Ooh,
I
little
know there was
Texas
a
barbecue.
super spicy like tortilla soup of some sort or something like that. I know a bunch of people were complaining about it, joking
Yep.
about it.
Yeah, they were trying to blow it out for the that's
But
what we were talking about.
that's what we were talking about, man.
We were saying how
Was
you
that a
should
move?
sabotage. I think they
Just
listened to our
everyone's
podcast.
assholes just burning like crazy around one?
They listened to the pod, and then that's what they tried to do.
Scheffler might have dipped into his own tortilla soup.
Little
I
Scotty
mean,
dip, Scotty 2-ball dip.
dude, he couldn't make a putt. That's
Yeah,
his game.
it's the Masters was crazy.
Hot
I
and
mean,
cold.
honestly, for all of the suspended play and all of the shitty weather, that kind of took a lot of fun out of it for me, to be honest. But I know you're always optimistic about it. So I know you're like, oh, that was great. And it was amazing. And it brought
Uh,
adversity. I'm
It's
just
not
sure.
ideal.
I'm
It's not
sure.
ideal, but I mean, it brings in storylines. I was a little bit of the same way, to be honest, dude. Like when Kepko was, I think it was 12 under, he finished round two. And,
It looked like it was in the
then the
bag.
weather, yeah, well, yeah, because the weather crept in after he had already finished. The
Yeah.
guys that had the late tee times go out there and it starts turning for the worst. And then they have to play this, carryover the next day, too. And he's just
The
sitting
slug
there.
on your back.
He's just fucking sitting there, dude, at 12 under. But he couldn't hold on, man. I think a lot of things got him out of his rhythm, which is what we were talking about, that rhythm. He
You
was
think he read
crushing
social
it the
media?
first few. I don't think he's that type of guy with majors, to be honest.
Hmm. What do you mean? Like he
I
doesn't have it in him for majors, or you mean he doesn't read like buy into the hype? Like he doesn't read social
I
media,
don't
doesn't get
think he
into all the
buys
buzz.
into and I could be completely wrong, maybe he does. I don't think he buys into that shit. I think he's kind of like, and I know you love and hate this guy, but he's kind of like LeBron James when it's playoff time because he talks about zero, what is it, zero dark 30 or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And he just goes completely silence around
Yeah.
playoff. I almost feel like Kepka's the same type of way. All he cares about is winning.
He cares about
And
majors. He's Tiger Woods era golfer, you know, like
yeah,
Tiger Woods idolizing era golfer. You know, he's the generation that idolized Tiger Woods, and we talked about that on a previous podcast about how that generation idolizes major golf, and we totally understand and love that because that's prestige. That's even though he's in this like live world, it's you tried to be the Masters guy. So to me, it's that he would have broke the mold. Imagine, and that would have been the first, and we would have saw the first thing, and it would have been all the story, and it would have been the headline. Think about it; it would have broke the
yeah.
mold.
I'm
And
surprised it's not as big a headline even now with I think there were three live guys in the top five. You had Mickelson talk about rhythm, fucking 7 under on Sunday,
guy's weird, man.
comes
He's
out of
just
nowhere, finishes second.
I don't know what's going on with him, dude. It's just
I
wild.
know people people hate him for some shady shit he said and things he's done. I get
Right,
that.
true, right.
You cannot deny the fucking guy's game though. It's
At
unreal.
that age, dude, that's crazy to me. That's crazy talk. Looney Tunes.
Patrick Reed finished high.
I mean,
Kepka,
that's kind of
3 in the
expected though for
top
the Masters. I
5-ish.
feel like for him, he likes that challenging shit.
They both do.
He
Mickelson
likes a
too,
crowded
actually. They
field.
both won there
Yeah, they like crowded
multiple
fields. Well, Patrick
times.
Reed's always like the outlier. Every time they meet up for the Masters dinner, he's like looking at everybody else like, I know I don't deserve to be here, really, but I fucking earned this shit. I fucking put it on my back and I won, motherfuckers. So fuck you.
Hey, you win the
You know what I mean?
Masters, you deserve to
No, he
be there.
deserves.
You know what I
Listen,
mean?
as much shit as I talk about Patrick Reed, that motherfucker deserves all that he's got.
I mean,
Like
yeah,
he's
he
won
deserves
so
to be
much cool
there
shit, and
for
he's
winning
been
it, but
clutch
he's
for
done some
America.
shady
Like you
shit.
can't, you can shit on his whiny behavior and his whatever about golf, but it's nothing like personal I have against Patrick Reed. It's just like as a golfer, I'm like, whatever. But
It's like
he's still a good.
for me, and I loved him late in his career because I became old enough to like truly see how damn good he was.
Yeah,
But it was like me with Kobe Bryant for so long. It was like I
yeah,
hated him because I
sure,
respected him so much because I knew if he had the ball with, you know, 3 seconds left, he was going to win the game.
right,
You know what I mean? He
right,
was going to
right,
beat the team that I was probably rooting for.
sure, yeah.
And that's Patrick Reed is like, you hate him because you know his game's good, and you hate him because he's done shady shit. You know what I
It's
mean?
true. Well, what about the drama? What about the drama that was unfolding? You saw about the Patrick Reed, or not Patrick Reed, sorry, Patrick Cantlay and Kepka, and he was fuming like as Cantlay was taking 14 hours to putt.
Well, I mean that comes back to the rhythm we were talking about. I mean he's a fast player. You know what I mean? So is Rom. Rom too. They like to play fast. They make fast decisions. They just get up to balls. They know what they're going to do. They do it. When you're in that rhythm and you're feeling that flow, you're playing really well. Kepka was doing that, right? Then he gets into this. There's a lot more pressure. It's the final grouping of the last day. This guy that likes to make fast decisions, hit the shot, walk up to it, play that, to just sit there and it takes 40 minutes to get through the first 2 holes.
Right.
Like, that's gonna fuck you up, dude. It's gonna throw you off.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not making an excuse for him, but I can understand that. You know, I've felt even as bad as my game is, I've felt certain rhythms, you know, here and there.
Right. But you were even saying before, like, oh, you don't think Brooks would be bothered by that or social media or hype. Like, and I'm thinking, like, if he got bothered by cleats walking behind him, dude, he's probably bothered by a lot of shit. And he's probably very
Well,
bothered by a
I
lot
was
of
saying
different
I don't
things.
think he was probably paying attention to social media at that time.
Oh,
And I
okay.
could
Yeah.
be
Because I was
wrong.
going to say, I
But
feel like he's
I
annoyed
can
with a lot.
understand shit getting under your skin.
What about Rory? My dud pick of the week. Holy shit. I thought Rory was going to do stuff and he just,
Something's gotta be wrong because he was
that
a
was
last
ugly.
second bailout here at the RBC too. And that's one of those new tournaments that
Sure.
like is expected
It's
to be
big.
played or supposed to be played by the top tier guys.
Absolutely. It really is supposed to be a top tier tournament. 100%.
But Rory, he backed out last second and he didn't give an excuse. Like there wasn't a medical concern or injury that was provided yet. You know what I mean? So
Sure.
it's kind of, I don't know, you know how the media is. They're like, oh, what's going on?
We got to
Big
milk it
deal.
in sports because sports is a whole thing. And then I feel like then you have to go to the overlord Adam Schefter before it goes to everything. Like you have to go to him last. Like I feel like he's the Darth Vader of like the ESPN sports world.
Schefter.
Like
Shefty.
he's the end. Like
You
basically
think
he's the
he's
end of the
running
line.
it?
Yeah, he's like running it. Like you
That's
have to
like some
pass all
space ball shit.
information. Yeah, it's
They
baseball shit.
jammed
Like
our
you,
computers.
yes, exactly. And you have to like pass all your information through him, and it goes out through him. 100%. That's my conspiracy about Adam Schefter. So sorry, Adam, but it's true.
That shit's
Um,
hilarious.
don't kill me. But yeah, dude. I mean, the Masters was interesting. But to see John Rahm win, good for him. He deserves it. He's playing a hell of a year, hell of a good couple years. I mean, he's lighting it up, man. I mean, he's looking legit,
He's on a heater
legit
for sure.
heater.
He's played. I feel like this year so far is what was expected of him last year,
I
and
think,
it didn't
yeah,
happen.
100%. And I also think that the hype that he's getting this year is equal to Scotty's hype last year.
Yes, except for Scotty's was lessened to start.
Yeah,
There wasn't that expectation, but once he started winning, it was like, oh shit, he's the best or one of the best in the world right now. He should be this good every week. But that wasn't there before. Rom, he's been building, he's had those big wins already. He had that expectation last year. It didn't happen.
sure.
Scotty did. And that I think that kind of lit a fire under Rom. And he had just, he had a new baby last year. I'm not making excuses, but I can
Right, right,
understand
right.
that was probably a change and threw his game off. You know what I mean?
Wait, you can
But
understand? What do you mean by that, Brendan?
oh,
Oh,
I got
okay.
a freaking cartoon character of a kid
He's got
running around.
Brendan
And I
has
just say that by the energy.
yeah, Brendan has one
It's unreal.
energetic child and
And
a
then I got a
newborn. So
beautiful, 1-year-old daughter. She
yeah.
is chill as fuck.
So yeah, he's got the yin and yang there, and then you got the animal house. You got dogs and cats galore in there. You're packed
Yep.
house, man.
We're the Lawson Zoo.
And you can relate to the John Rom having the baby and feeling off about the game for a second.
Yeah, whether it fell off or, it just wasn't priority at the time or whatever.
Right. That's what I
But
mean. Yeah.
honestly, a lot of the guys that are around his age right now are like that. I mean, Spieth has a new kid.
Right.
I think Fowler does.
And Spieth, it's
Homa,
big with the RBC.
he won it last year, right?
Yeah.
Or I believe, yeah, with that
Yeah. Yeah.
splash.
He lit the cannon or whatever the hell it is, whatever they do with the
He had
heritage.
the splash bunker shot, I think, on 18, right, to win it.
Dude.
He's a
Spieth.
magician. I
He
mean,
yeah. Yeah.
that's why he's so up and down, though. It's like
But I prefer
it's
guys
almost
like that. I prefer like a John Daly who's just magically awesome, who just has like a spur of the moment shot where you're like, what? That's
yeah.
wild. That's why I like the a lot of the like Sun JM, a lot of these young guys, they're super exciting to watch because they're so young and so talented and they can just nail a random shot and be so good out of nowhere or just start having a spurt where they start birdie, birdie, birdie,
So
birdie.
technical. You know what I mean?
Very technical and just like they nail it. They go on a rhythm and it's over. And that shit's exciting to watch. And there's a lot of that in golf. Like in the new era of golf, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
And
But
I'm
what you
excited
don't
for
get a
that.
lot of is the Spiethian type guys, the Tiger type guys.
No.
JT is a little there, just where they're not as technical. Their game's not as technical, but they just have that feel. You know what I mean? It's all hands. Like you've seen the videos of Tiger talking about it, and they're like Jason Day's like, yeah, but what do you feel? And he's like, yeah, I don't. I just feel it in my hands. He's like, okay, what does a normal person feel? You know what I mean?
Imagine if I felt that and I just haven't been utilizing it. Like, damn it, man,
Yeah,
tell us.
for real, for real. But speaking of Tiger, damn, what do you
Is
think
he
there, dude? That didn't look good.
honestly, man, after seeing the footage and just being a straight up media guy, like straight up me as being a cinematographer or videographer guy, like seeing the footage of it, it looked pretty ugly. Like it looked like he was pretty shot. However, he's older and he's got a lot of surgeries. Maybe that's just what he looks like gimping after a bad day when he feels like shit. So maybe that's just normal. I don't know what normal is for Tiger Woods in a gimp day, but that looked pretty bad past gimp. That looked like I'm not going to play for a lot or seriously for much longer.
Probably be for a while. Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
That was my first impression. Call me wrong, and if this is like a viral
No,
video
people were
in
saying
5
that,
years
man.
being like you're an idiot, like I don't know, maybe call me an idiot, but he looked pretty done after that video. I don't know, man.
People were saying that he might, I forget who it was. Someone said they would say he would call it quits before he won another, major or even tournament. Um, I don't know. I just feel like he's got such a drive, and I mean, you can still see it. Like I know his iron play for most of the tournament, it wasn't as sharpened as like we had seen even at the Genesis, but I don't know. I just feel like he's such a competitor that he would probably take more time off a year, 2 years, and do a fucking Brett Favre comeback or a Tom
I
Brady
and I
comeback.
don't disagree with you at all. Let me just start there by saying I don't disagree with you whatsoever. I honestly don't think he's done like nail him in the coffin whatever, but I think He needs to step
Augusta might
back.
be done,
Augusta might be like, I think he needs to step
which
back
sucks.
for a couple like a year and rehab the whole thing. Get to the real comfortability. Stop trying to like win one more, win this and that. Just get back to you and golf and how you feel and how you really, appreciated yourself and your body and in that era of golf. Get back to that as close as you can and then start competing. But this whole like trying to keep competing thing on the edge is not working for him, it seems like, because he's just pushing his body to these limits that with all this tech and shots and all the other stuff he's probably injecting into himself to keep himself going with these, like people do. I don't know, man. There's only so much longer you can do with that. And I don't know. For me, I would assume that he could back off a little bit from golf. Not like from, like, I meant tournament golf, like back up from the PGA, heal, like rest for a year, train, like Rocky, go into the woods and go pick up like giant stacks of meat and run them up a mountain and like go do like chain link fence like push-ups and like I don't know, man, like go do Rocky 5
It's
shit
almost just
for a
like, dude,
year.
just continue rehabbing. Like,
Right, just
don't even
continue
work out,
rehabbing.
just rehab it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
And then come back when you are
yeah,
fully comfortable because it seems to me like he's been rushing it to kind of get this record breakout ever since. And it's like, dude, he doesn't have to prove anything to anybody. Every statistic he's ever
it's
rolled
just
on is
hard
insane.
to simulate a golf course. You know what I mean? Especially one like Augusta. I truly
It's
think
it's
he
too it's
probably
too
hits
much.
balls and feels great. You know what I mean? Probably stripes it at his house on the range, probably around the Florida courses, which, we know it's Florida. It's pretty flat. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So he probably plays and feels great. And he's like, yeah, I
Good
could go
point.
out and plays. And then and even though he knows the course better than anybody out there, he knows what it's gonna take. I'm not saying that he obviously knows, but he's that big a competitor that he's like, fuck it, dude. I'll go through the pain. I mean, he fucking won US Open with a fractured leg, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just wants to win.
He doesn't have
But
anything to prove.
I think it's just difficult until you're out there, until you're playing for 4 days or even two in his case, walking that with those uneven stances, those swings with a different torque on his knee just because of the angles that he's standing on.
Sure.
It's going to fuck you up, dude, which
100%.
sucks. So I think when he comes back, because I think he'll come back, I think it's unfortunately going to be all based upon like his style of the course. It'll probably have to
Sure.
be a certain
And
style of course,
I'm not disagreeing. I
walkable.
agree with you there. And I just think that we're just going to see another version of Tiger. We're no longer going to see the dominant era of Tiger Woods golf. And we're like, not like we have anyway, but
Yeah.
now we're going to see a Tiger that wins, one off every once in a while, like a sink,
And
like
maybe
a
not.
XYZ. Maybe not. But
I've
I'm saying like he might get a one off. He might like win some bullshit ass tournament. Like, who knows?
yeah,
Maybe he'll get a one off. Doesn't matter. And maybe he'll
dude,
play a nice Floridian course that he loves, or maybe he'll play a nice course in Oklahoma he loves, or maybe he'll play some course he really likes and he'll win it. I could see
mhm,
that. I don't disagree if it's a flat course and he doesn't have to do too much strenuous physical activity for that course. I could see him winning
dude,
one, no
I
problem.
would love to see Tiger Woods dominate and win Punta Cana. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's
let's fucking go, dude.
go.
Let him retire, but keep playing. You know what
Or
I
you know what
mean?
they
Like,
should
give
do?
the
Just
retirement,
just
like,
put him in a circuit, like put him down to the Corn Ferry and just let him beat everybody all the time, just to show him how bad those
just
guys
like
are.
the golf version of Space Jam. Just go put him somewhere. Give him a residency somewhere
Yeah, give him
and
a
just have
residency, dude. Give him the
constant,
residency.
just
He'll just work
weekly
everybody.
tournaments with amateurs.
Yeah. Yeah, give him a residency in any golf league. He will wreak havoc. I guarantee it. But
That'd be so dope.
Tiger, man,
Sign me
is
up.
well, the Masters was great and it's good to see that we're on it. But you went to Hickory Woods, so you had a good golf week. How'd you shoot?
I mean, score wise, not great. Not good at
But
all.
how'd you feel out there? You
I'll
felt
take a
good or what?
94. But,
94 is
no,
not bad.
dude, to be honest, it was probably like the best, worst 94 I've ever shot.
Hmm.
Just in the sense that, like, I hit so many good shots, but then I just hit those one or two bad shots that just fucked my score. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah,
I started
those
off with
six,
like
seven
four straight
ballers that
double
get you.
bogeys, and I had striped it off the tee each time. You know, and like
Sure.
I hit a 9 iron on three. It turned out to be 160 yards over the green. Like, you know, I typically hit like a 9 iron, 145, 148 yards, something like that.
Right.
So I'm sitting like 150. I'm like, oh yeah, 9 iron. I'll bounce it, one or two bounces right up there.
Sure.
Pure it. I'm with my buddy Scary Gary Greg. We're looking at this thing, and I'm feeling good about it. And he's even like, ooh, that looks good. Coming down right on the flag, but I never see it bounce. I'm like, what the fuck? No way I hit it. You know, airmailed the green. Get up there. It's not even airmailed the green. It went over the fence into a, you know, a, a backyard. So I have to end up dropping after I felt like I hit a perfect shot. You know what I mean? So it was
That's the
just one of
game.
those days. I wasn't
That's
even
the
mad
game.
about it. I wasn't even
No.
mad about it.
You pured it. You
But
fucking striped
yeah,
that thing and you were not mad at all because you were like, you know what? I hit the laces off this thing and it's okay because it didn't go there. But I know if I fix my correction a little bit, my little course
yeah,
correction, I'm
just
good.
get my yardages. Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't have the game, the rangefinder. It's okay.
I didn't. No, I
No,
didn't.
right. It's evil. So that's awesome, man. And then I'm working on my
Loved
game a
it.
little bit here in Ocean Village, but it's a really small course. It's very short yardage. It's like a 9 hole and it's very
It's
short
about
yardage.
average for you then.
You don't yeah, you don't need a driver, put it this way. I can go out there with a 7 iron, a putter, and a pitching wedge, and the whole course is mine.
So is it all par threes then?
Basically, yeah. It's like all par
Because I've seen
threes.
you drive on a par three.
Yeah, well, I could drive, but there's a lot of houses around, so I don't want to like ding one of these nice houses that are all over the golf course. So that's why I
Fair,
haven't
fair.
been driving. No
To be
driving for
fair,
me.
when I saw you hitting driver on a par three, it was a long par three all over water. So you were trying to be, you know,
Listen,
conservative in the sense of, you know, get it way
I
out
don't care
there.
if it's 135 yards. If it's over water, driver's coming out. And I'm going to hit that bitch light and crispy, like a little bacon. See, nobody's
Sizzle.
got it like that. I can control with the light, crispy bacon right over the water. You know, I don't need the 7 iron to go short and then piss me off all day. I can just hit the driver and make sure it gets over there.
Nah, dude, I
As
feel
long as
like
it's
you're
not an
like
island green.
that's
If it's an island green, that's a different story. Then I'm all irons all day. But if there's a backstop, or if there's like a big hill behind this green that's over the water, hell yeah, I'm hitting driver. I'll smack into that hill. Let's go. I'll chip right onto the green. I'm not
I definitely see you
pretentious.
hitting driver on a par three if there's any water in front of the green. I definitely see that. I also
100%.
see you as like the sneaky fucking dumb fuck that would like pull out putter on a downhill par three.
You know about my Texas wedge game. Don't fuck with it. I will murk anybody. We all know this. Stop it. Stop it.
Sherman, just because of your Texas wedge game, I feel like Augusta's meant for you. We got to get you in Augusta
Honestly,
somehow.
I really think if we showed Augusta my highlight reel of Texas wedges, I really think that they might consider it.
You just be putting all over that place.
I would. Well, man, this was another great episode of Good Lies Golf. Loving it. Appreciate you for another week of everything. And we'll be back next week with some
Appreciate
more
you.
shenanigans, brother.
All
Some more
right.
good golf. You golf and I'll
Sounds
golf,
good.
and then we'll meet back and then we'll talk about it.
You know I'm planning on golfing
Yeah.
one way or another.
Well, I'm literally staying on a golf course for the next 5 days, so yeah, I'll be playing a lot of golf. We'll meet back. We'll chat.
Bring the noise.
All right, man. Cheers, brother.
Later.